First things first, you're never going to see a video like this on YouTube ever again unless it's from me. The first thing we're going to do in this video is actually reverse engineer a W key strategy, so that way you know how people are W keying. If you know how people are W keying, then you know how to play for placement, you know how to avoid them, and we're going to be doing that by watching over a 57 kill game from Tayson in last week's Cash Cup. If he's able to drop around 60 kills, that's 60% of the lobby, meaning there's 40 people he didn't kill. Okay, those 40 people were playing placement to the peak of their ability. But we're going to look at how he gets those 60 kills in that game, and we're going to reverse engineer a strategy. We're going to hop into a replay file, and this is something anybody can do. We're going to look at where everybody landed, and we're going to find the most uncontested drop spots statistically, not out of opinion, based off facts on where people land in Cash Cups. And then we're going to put them on a list of great drop spots, and then we're going to look at the rotation routes out of them. You're going to enjoy this video, bro. It's something I've never done before. We're not doing anything really specific on drop spots, just a few highlighted facts. Let's get straight into it. I want to get you off this loading screen as soon as possible. Let's go. Now, for the moment, I do have my face cam down in this bottom left-hand corner just so I can point something out on the map. I will fix it as soon as I possibly can. But look, we can see where everybody's dropping, and we can actually see the bus route that it takes. So I'm just going to highlight that right now because it apparently disappeared on us. So you can see this is roughly the path the bus took, and we can see where people start to fan out. Now, I will hit play and we can see where people land. In this gameplay, though, Tayson lands at Believer Beach, and that's how he manages to drop a shit ton of kills. To be specific, I think 54, 57. I said it in the intro. But he lands Believer Beach, and I'll explain that a bit in a minute. But if he's landing Believer Beach, and we can see from this line that splits the map down the middle, for what it looks like, it's an even split between people landing left of the bus and people landing right of the bus. Okay, boys, you can see that I fast forwarded ahead, and we can see everybody's fully landed at their drop spot. So we can just start marking off people where it's super contested. And what we're going to be left with is the places that weren't contested, and we can start mapping loot routes and finding insane drop spots. And this is how you know what drop spots are great for placement. So you can see people get very, very creative when it comes to, you know, big tournaments and trios especially. You can see that these people here, these are all on the same team because they have the same color. But yeah, I can see this guy is actually going to land up here. So they do a split where one guy's here, another guy's here, and another guy's up here. So they actually take up a lot of area, and it is a super split drop. But by being split like that, they avoid everybody. You get me? Look at Steamy Stacks, which is also contested. And it's also only contested on the left side. All teams landed the left side instead of the right side. Okay? And then here, these boys, two teams fully contested here, which is Chaos. One guy could have landed up here, where there's also 4 chests in this little building right here. I'm not going to mark it off. You can see Craggy Cliffs, though, uncontested. You would think somebody would have dropped there, but the thing is, most people are thinking Craggy Cliffs will be contested. So when everybody thinks like that, especially in high level lobbies, they won't land there. But like I said, this is the first game of the tournament, especially for Tayson, where he drops 57 kills. But here, look at this route. They split super insanely when they know they're uncontested. And they probably got the best loot in the whole lobby, I would say, because of there's probably maybe 15, 20 chests between these 3 spots like that, and it's pretty insane. You also have Coral Castle. The core of Coral Castle is super contested. And we're going to mark this off up here. I'm going to try and actually trace these outlines that they have, because that's actually kind of would be looking sick instead of just a square or a circle. That'll do. Contested up here. Pleasant Park also contested. This drop spot above Pleasant Park here, I actually recently made a video about this loot route, and I don't know how other people have kind of copped onto it. It's a pretty insane loot route, and not a lot of people watch that video. So if you haven't, it's a great drop spot video that I put up on the channel. It's a drop spot for solos, so I don't know why people are landing there in trios. But if it's working, it's working. We got Boney Burbs being super contested. I think this guy is just still in the air landing in. Holly Hatchery, not super contested, but contested nonetheless. Weeping Woods, the top of it contested, or the main part. We'll just mark off the main part being contested. You still have the left side of Weeping. Misty Meadows contested. This radar station contested. This mountain split where it's like one guy takes here, the other guy takes here. This is a split that I wanted to do in trios the other day, and another guy takes here. I don't know what team this guy is on. This white guy is on this team here. These guys white, I think that's pink. Yeah, we got 3 pink, a white. I don't know where this guy's teammate is, bro. I don't know. These are just random guys that are everywhere. So we can see that these are the drop spots that were contested. We also have Caddy Corner that's contested. And when you start to just map off everything, Believer Beach for a fact was contested. I think everybody knows that. Up north was contested. That's actually a savage split that these boys have, but I don't know about this guy being contested like that. So when we start to look at that, they're all the bad spots to drop. We can do something like this, and we can look at actually the good spots for placement. You got Dirty Docks, which it's this game, it wasn't contested, but I know it does get contested. You've got Craggy Cliffs, doesn't seem to be getting contested. You also have the left of Holly Hatchery. This is a great trio drop spot. You can get a lot of trio loot between these few buildings right here. Especially the John Wick house. You can, you know, all split a bit. You've got here, which is the factory, which is uncontested. You also have this whole left side of Weeping Woods uncontested. There's enough loot here, by the way, boys, for a trio. Trust me on that. You can guys rotate out here. You guys can all get max shield from this hut. I've made multiple videos on it. This was uncontested down south. This was uncontested. This whole area right here is great for a trio. Insane trio drop spot, actually. I might give it a shot myself. Then the Orchard uncontested. What else? Coney Complex will get contested, but we're just going to go off this game uncontested. Here is uncontested. Lazy Lake is contested, but not fully, bro. Down south uncontested. This radar station up here, this mountain place uncontested. This backside right here, insane for loot, bro. This whole split between a trio, it can be done where one guy lands right here, the other guy lands over here, and the other guy lands here. You guys are the same distance between each other, and there's also a zip line that goes from these two guys right here. So you can see all the spots that are uncontested. There's still some great drop spots here, but as far as going placement, you really need to focus on where everybody else is. That's what people forget when you're looking at placement. You're so focused on, oh, nobody will go there. You need to be worried about the surrounding areas. So for example, Craggy Cliffs would be a bad drop spot because it is, you know, either super stacked or uncontested, but it's the people around you when you start to rotate. If you were to rotate what would be a typical dead side rotate, which would be going anywhere across this top end of the map right here, you're going to run into all these teams that are also playing placement. And same across this side. If you rotate anywhere here or even veer down here, you're going to get super, like, not contested, but just like running into a lot of people. And that's the one thing you're trying to avoid doing if you're playing for placement. But then there's also, if you go straight down, you run into nobody. And that's what not a lot of people pick up on, is that this midsection right here, you would think, oh, it's going to be contested, but not if you rotate correctly. And that's what I want to talk about right now. Okay, so let's hop straight back into this VOD review that we were doing. We can see he only has 22 wood, 12 wood. And he knows the tax, like, strengths, bro. He knows aggressing like that is the best way to play. He's going to get his finish. He gets Siphon. He's 100 HP now. And he just stole his loot. Because he wasn't expected it. But look at the way Vino played. Vino played above him. See the way Vino's above him right now? I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, bro. But he played above him just in case he needed a backup. And that's what, like, support should do. I'm not sure if Vino is their support, bro. But, like I said, I don't know much about competitive teams and stuff like that. And how they you know, find different trios and stuff. I just know the game and what's good from bad. There's no picking at there. Are they going to let him go or will they chase him? I would chase them because it is a cash cup and they're trying to get kills. You can see Vino already has the car ready to go. And see the way he's editing those walls like that when he was ramping just to see through them. That's something I see a lot of pros doing. Them guys actually decide. Let me check the map. Are these guys splitting? These guys are chasing that team. They're even marking them right there. That is a very smart decision because they know that that team is split. That guy is on this team and they know they're split. So that would be some insane work from just, I guess, understanding the map, bro. Did they leave one guy behind? Or is that just a dead body that hasn't, I guess, decomposed yet? But we can see, like, even Hasten is split right here. He's super split from his team, but if he's comfortable playing like that, I guess he should. I would get out and get wood there, though, to be fair. Because I don't think he has a lot of mats. And his opponent has had enough time to heal up and get mats again. He finds his opponent. Will his opponent... Yeah, his opponent will go for beams. Hops into the passenger seat with the AK. Gets him 35-35. And now he has a free. He doesn't need the materials. And see, playing like a bot like that actually gives him the upper hand because his opponent is going to peek like that. But now he's in a situation, look, again, the ability of his teammates in the car. And communication. So now it's actually a 3v3. But he actually low-key baited this team because when this team first seen him, they seen a solo. So they actually left high ground and put themselves down on an even level with him, thinking we can end this fight super fast, let's just key him. But turns out he actually has a teammate. That's why when you're in a situation where you don't know all the answers, always assume that there's a full trio. Even if you only see one, assume there's a full trio until he's knocked. And he either, you know, you can shake him down or he just despawns, meaning he was by himself. But by actually just being super aggressive, they just ruined their position that they had by aggressing too fast. Tayson gets the easy kill. And then another easy kill. And then we get a nice replay bug. 9 damage. 31. And then can just play his angles. Beautiful. That's easy. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I was talking about re-engineering the way these guys played. And I want to show you how we're going to do that. These guys are playing for kills, but look where they are on the map, okay? They're not, like, split, but they're away from zone. They have a good run to get into the edge of zone, let alone if they wanted to go dead center into corny, they have a hell of a run to do. So if we were to reverse engineer what they just did on their rotation path, which I haven't seen yet, by the way, this is a live kind of reaction breakdown, I would guess, okay? I would guess that they're going to rotate into Boney because they do have the car so they can maximize their kills. And they might even hang around Boney because you've got Pleasant Park people and these guys aren't Pleasant Park. These rotated out, so these guys definitely won them over. These guys are either going to chase these guys on the bridge or rotate down to Boney. Same with this team, they're going to rotate up to Boney. So when you have like, what, 3 teams and Tayson coming in on top with these guys who will have to rotate in as well, it's going to be awful. And this is not dead side. This right side of the map is dead side because it might look dead side now, especially this area of the map right here where there's nobody. You would say, okay, that's dead side. But no, look at the amount of space you have over here. And the thing is, this position will change. You're going to have another 3 Doritos from these guys coming in. These 3 Doritos, like I'm calling their icons Doritos. All these 4 guys here, these guys all have to rotate into the edge. These 3 guys have to rotate in. So now you've got what? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people in this space right here. More than likely in this space around here. And then it's super contested. But over here, who's going to rotate in? Well, you got 3 people that come down here. That's another 3. And maybe, what, these guys? Same thing, bro. Same thing, but being on this side, nobody can come at you from this angle. You get me? So if you're positioned right here, you only need to worry about this direction and this direction. You're almost like being backed into a corner because nobody's going to come on this side of you because it's outside the map unless somebody's swimming, which is rare in tournaments, so I wouldn't worry about that. But that's why you have an advantage playing dead side like that. This side, on the other hand, people can decide to rotate down and hit you from behind, unlike over here. That's just something I wanted to point out. But let's look at the rotation path right now that I would take if I was Tayson to play for placement. So I'm going to do this out of yellow. So if I'm playing for placement, this is low-key how I'm rotating right now. I'm rotating straight up here. I'm hitting this creek. I actually don't think this creek goes with us, so I probably wouldn't hit the creek. I would use my car, get over here. I would hit this pad, which would put you inside of the UFO. From the UFO, I would not go into corny. I would not go into corny. I would actually go over to this petrol station right here, a gas station for my Americans. And then I would get a vehicle all the way over to here. And I would take this pad and go and play dead side right here. Anywhere along here would be dead side and it would be super passive. And the way you do that is actually by avoiding the max amount of people. Think about it. By the time you get over here, will these guys still be here? That's like a 2 to 3 minute journey to get all the way over there. They will not be here. And even if they are, why can't you just go around them? You can go down here, you can hit this primal statue, and then you can sling yourself up here as well. So there's complete different ways you can do it. But this is the way I would do it. Even though there's a team here, you avoid every other team in the lobby. And if you look at what I just did, again, I'm taking out the red. And, well, this is orange, I think. Look at all the people, like I'm just going to circle all the people that are on the map. And you'll see the pathway just create itself. That might sound like some religious shit, bro, like the pathway creating itself. But trust me with what I'm saying. you just rotate in between everybody. If you go to Boney, which is what they're going to do, I can imagine, you're going to get a lot of kills. It's obvious. But when you rotate like this, you avoid everybody who's down here. Now, you might not know that in the game, obviously, because you don't have this aerial view that I have. But in a weird way, you do. Because you just need to know the map. You notice people are going to be corny. You notice people are going to be Boney. And this is the edge of zone. So intuition will tell you people will rotate in. So you wouldn't go for this pad down here. Because people are going to be rotating in like so. These guys are all going to rotate towards this pad right here. So there's no reason to play that when you could play this pad, which will bring you to a car, which will also bring you to a pad. Which here, taking a fight here, bro. There's nothing wrong with taking a fight here. Who's going to third party you? Like, you're in zone, you have a pad. If you get third partied, you have a free pad to leave. It's very simple. Now, with that said, let's go and actually watch Tayson hopefully W key into Boney Burbs, because I haven't seen it yet, and I think that's what he's going to do. So, yeah, let's just play it out. So, you can see Tayson actually decided to go into Boney Burbs, and they're all in the one car. This is a great strategy. Now, there is a team in here we can see in the bottom right, and Tayson sees them straight away, gets the advantage by the damage. And the decision, see the way that was right there? That's a very hard decision. You might not have seen what was going on in the background there because we don't have their comms. They all jumped out of the car at the exact same time, and they're all going for the same player. That's very, very important when you take aggressive W key fights. Now, I know this video is about placement, but I'm trying to give out as much knowledge as I can. And this will actually link into how to get placement, because you can see in the bottom right now, actually, I'll pull up the big map, and I want to get rid of this little side thing. You can see there's another team approaching right now. So that's what I was saying about third parties. You would fully avoid that if we had done the rotation that I said earlier of being like that. Now, obviously, Tayson and stuff, they're playing aggressive. They're playing for kills. But like I said in the intro, we're reverse engineering that and looking at everything they did and doing the opposite. So thinking of, a placement mindset, you want to avoid that fight. So you go and you take this and you rotate across the map to here. And watch what happens, bro. I swear to you right now, I haven't watched this gameplay out. You can already see that one team backed off up here. This team is just going to box up here until they have to rotate. That's why you play with these these pads. You can just chill up, box up, chill out, relax until zone tells you to move, and you have a free rotation. But these guys are playing for kills. Let's just watch this out, because who doesn't want to look over a fight and get some free extra information? That's free. Yeah, let's go. 91 damage, 23 white, I think, on the guy that was below. Again, he got piece control, sprays the guy under the ramp, gets piece control, gets a free kill. Doesn't go for the siphon even though he needs it. Pointing that out because he's trying to help Vino. He knows he's got 128 health and there's a guy on Vino, so he needs to help him out a bit more. Gets a siphon once he knows his teammates chill. And now, see the way it's like a kind of a tag team method? Once Tayson drops out, the other two are playing that tight formation. So there's always 2v1. That way it's not an actual 3v3 and it's not just luck or down to skill. But I want to see what they do against this other team that rotates in. And what Tayson seems to be doing is actually very smart. I can read it a mile away. See the way he's split from his team now? That's a purposeful split. Meaning he's doing it on purpose to give the other team a false kind of enemy. Because the other team is going to do exactly what happened earlier in the VOD review when Tayson was alone. The way they got vulnerable once they know, oh, it's one guy, let's get in on him, let's end the fight quick. It's 3 of them versus 2 of them. That's what they think. But Tayson moving out to the left like this, he's probably going to do a lot of damage. Either going to snipe or hit a beam, because he does have a lot of AR ammo. Said he actually gets beamed, but he's established high ground. And he's going to help his teammates. He drops from high ground. I don't see what the point of that was. To crank up, get shot in the back, and drop down. He's just playing a support role right now, as far as I can see. Good piece control. I would get, yeah, good man. Get rid of that wall, bro. Get rid of that wall as well. Oh, shit. That's good map knowledge, knowing that you can crouch through that. And he splits, again, to hit a free snipe. See the way he's doing that, bro? He's splitting from his team to give that false hope shit, bro. Like, everybody's going to pounce on him now because you split. And it's very hard to play like that because you actually are risking your game by putting yourself out like that. I don't know if he knows he's actually using this to his advantage, but he's definitely doing it subconsciously. Hitting a free 18. Again, knowing he can get beamed if he goes through that tunnel, so blocking it off with a ramp. And then, again, trying to get beast control. He's doing the reverse thing. See, this guy is by himself, and the other two are diving in on the rest of his team. He's going for a 1v1 because he feels himself, bro. He feels like he can take this fight. Gets piece control. And once they knock one, it's a win. And dead. GG's. Upgrades his bolt. And then he's straight back into the action. That team is fully dead now because of the way they played that. They split that team up so hard. Specifically, Tayson split that team up. Bro, I do not like the background music right now in this game. Now, we can see another team is actually approaching straight in on the edge. This is exactly what I was saying about rotating earlier. Because if you chill here, this is exactly what I said when I was in the overview, bro. I shit you not, I did not watch this through. I'm being dead serious. I did not watch it through. That's why I wouldn't have taken that pad, because of this exact same thing right here. And this team still isn't in yet. But you can see it's happening here with Boney Burbs. And this team is going to take that creek. And this team is going to go in here. These guys might not come down, but these guys definitely will. So now you're going to have a lot more kills. And you can see that they probably get more kills from chilling out in Boney Burbs than when they did off spawn. So let's actually watch this bit out right now. But again, the pathway that I said at the start, taking this, going across, suddenly looks super free. I'm actually delighted with myself, bro, because I didn't know that. I actually just predicted it, bro, because I'm a beast. But whatever, yeah. Actually, boys, comment down below that. Okay, but before we actually go and look over them taking this fight, I just want to point out how free my rotation actually is. Look at it. You can go across. You can hit this thing here, and then you fly in the air. Look how free this is starting to look right now. I'm actually smiling because I'm so happy with myself at me just predicting that, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, I didn't look through it. I just know, bro. I just know. It's actually a good feeling to know that you're really good at something. Comment down below something you're good at, followed by like hashtag beast mode, bro. Because I want to actually know what you guys really are good at. Whether it's a role in Fortnite or a specific retake in Fortnite. What your favorite gun is, bro. Just something about you, bro. And I will read it down below. I'll reply. I will heart that comment, bro. Because it like that's what this channel is about, bro. It's actually bringing people together. So I will see you guys down in the comment section. But let's actually watch this fight right now. So you can see these boys are fully unaware that there's going to be a fight in general. He heard the car maybe. But again, Tayson being super split from his team. This time not on purpose though. And he hits the 116. And he's aggressing. He's aggressing with no builds. And he's using metal. That's a real different strategy. Most people don't like using their hards in fights. Whether he knows he's on metal or not. But the fact that if they go up for a build fight, it's going to be so strong at the bottom. Maybe he's just preparing for the worst. His opponent using metal as well. Again, just trying to just disrupt his opponent as often as possible. And that's how you clean a team super fast. We also have this team in the river that's just rotated in. They're just on edge zone. And I don't think they're going to end up fighting. I really don't. Again, the whole north. If they rotate up, bro. They're going to be in for something, bro. That's how they get loads of kills. They're actually taking 2 cars now. Nope, they're just going for the 1. Okay, just getting a nice upgrade. I wonder, does Tayson look back and that's how they see more kids? Or no? No, they're focusing on rotation right now. Again, they're probably going to take a route like this with super clean. And I hope they do. No, they actually spot kills because I seen that marker just being put on screen right now. Did it go for them? Or did they know that they should play zone? That's what I want to know. No, they just play zone. Oh, wait, he's playing this, boys. They're coming in on the dead side of the fight, so when they do have to rotate, it's free. 22, 22, 22, 22. 30. This is a free kill. Again, using the car to their advantage, bro. I seen the way Tayson. See the way Tayson hopped in that car there? See the way Tayson... I'm not going to replay it, bro, because I don't want to get the replay bug. Tayson hopped in that car and accelerated it into the wall. And if he can get that parked in the wall, it might have just yellowed it out for his teammates to get in. I wonder did he actually... Yeah, he actually did see someone. And he's just padding them. Oh, he knows because it's the rest of the team. Taking high ground, smart. See the way he pulled to the right to take the high ground? Because that gives him an easy advantage. And he knows he needs every advantage he can get because of how split he is from his team right now. Hits him heavy. Does you see the way he didn't do the same edit twice? Something that I love doing, bro. I'm not the fastest editor, but I love when you like do a Dorito edit, a wall edit, bottom Dorito edit. It just confuses your opponent. This is a full separate trio, and he backs away, which is super smart. That other trio, I think, actually does get beamed in the back as well. I don't know what way he's playing, bro. I really don't know. Who am I to be judging one of the best players in the world, bro? But I want to actually see why would you go back when his team is split? Well, his team is actually moving right now. His team hit that pad. Okay, that's why he's getting aggressive on them. Piece control, perfect. He can't get boxed. Again, using creative capability, using his mechanics to his advantage. His teammate, even though being all the way out there, away from the fight, still bringing support with his AOR. And then just spraying his opponent out. That's a free kill. Shaking down. Finishing with headshots. You always want to finish with headshots, by the way, boys, to get as much surge as you can. If you have a sniper, headshot snipe them for the maximum amount of surge you can get. And again, just padding. So now, taking a look at where I said to rotate, see it's stacked back up again. But if you had rotated that early, you would have been on this north side. But look, not everything I predict is perfect. Again, I'm only human. I said up here would be dead side. But now if you were to rotate in, you'd be rotating in along this team, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Okay, you'd be up here somewhere with these. But the thing is, if you decided, okay, this is the advantage of playing dead side, even though it can be contested like that. And now down here is looking like dead side because it is always swapping. But even if you are this red dot right here, this is still a great position for you, even if you're playing passive. Because if you're forced to fight these three players right here, okay, or this solo, you can hold this solo. You probably would have killed this guy off by himself, which is free. But look, this kid right here, these kids, take a fight. Who is going to actually stop you? This whole mountain stops these boys. These can't see you because of this mountain right here. But if you were to take a fight off these, nobody is going to beam you. The nearest player to you is over here and he's a solo. He's not going to beam you. No shot. These guys are in a fight. Nobody is going to beam you. You can't get third partied by taking a fight on dead side. So you can even dead side W key, which doesn't give you as much kills, but the fights you take are basically risk free. Okay, that's what I wanted to point out there. Back into the gameplay. So again, they're rotating out of zone to pick up as many kills as they can. They know there's pads everywhere. Especially like there's 3 pads everywhere. That team just you probably pull them out of the air, bro. I know I would. Everyone in the chat knows I would. One more shot. That's free. Another guy rotating in. Again, splitting again. I'm just not a fan of it, bro. I'm not as mechanically good as these players. So that's why I'm not a fan of splitting. I know the average player's mechanics can't do this, but there's always alternative ways to play. And even at that, bro, you just have to have so much faith in your team. Like, if one of these guys dies, it ruins their end game. And he is fighting an opponent with a spaz while he has a green pump. And he baits him. He accidentally baits him with leaving that wall open. Now he's getting himself a nice scar. So when it does work out, it pays off. I wonder why he's overbuilding right now. Just spam building. Like doing all that. I know it's good for just keep your fingers warm and shit, bro. But you could have just like, how much, when he lands, I want to see how much wood he burned by doing that. Now he's coming to help his team. He's no wood left. Okay, so even pro players like Tayson right now do have little pet peeves, and nobody is perfect, bro. And by all means, he's 50 bomb game, bro. But there's always improvement. He could have made this, instead of a 54 or 57 kill game, could have made it a 60. And he doesn't make it all the way through to the end of the game. He actually dies off early. So there can always be room for improvement no matter how good you are. Again, not that wood is any real use to him endgame. But still, an extra 500 mats is an extra 500 mats. These boys are playing super on the edge of zone. And he's super split from his team. The whole game, basically, borderline. And I understand that it enables them to get so many more kills. But there's times for it and there's times not for it. Again, here is a great time for it. Okay, the fact he is in that position, it's just if there was a team here, you know, hypothetical situations. But him coming in at a different angle from these, his team is over here beaming in, while he's going to hit them with an Optimus Prime truck in the ribs. Like, you get me? That's just, like, it's chaos, bro. He's causing chaos. He got a kill. The other guy padded, and he's probably going to pull him. 31, 2 more shots. Oh my god, through the 3. And that's an understandable split right there. He's probably going to hit the toilet. I wonder, does he go straight for the toilet or follow him in? No, he follows him in. Nice. Landing with his shotgun out as well, prepared for it. And he could have landed and ran in, but the way he kind of landed in the doorway was actually kind of clean. And this is where they start fragging out, and, well, specifically Tayson starts fragging out and picking up as many kills as possible. Again, I want to do a little bit of a reverse engineer on this rotation, and I would show you how to rotate this zone if you were playing placement. And that would be very simple. It's a hard pull exactly like this, alright? Is you have this team up here, and there tends to be a team up here all the time, or just roughly on these mountains because it's high ground. So you don't want to take high ground. If I was to mark all the high ground spots right now on the map for you to take, okay, you got up here that's already taken. Another high ground spot up here on this little ledge. And these little peaks right here. These little, like, see these like little edges right here? These are good little high ground spots to take. Up here as well. But this is actually where I recommend you to take, believe it or not. Because you have to be able to understand what I'm about to say. Is landing, like, literally just boxing up right here. As a trio, if it's a stacked lobby. Because you're really close to, even though the pad's over here, you're not going to piss these guys off. But you can still have the advantage of taking this pad, which I do believe is right there. And how I would rotate it is actually something like this. Is using this creek doesn't work, by the way, but not even rotating up the bridge, but by just coming in like this and like boxing up right here. Literally that. You don't have to crank up the mountain. There's a pathway up. These guys are rotating in. They're gonna end up fighting these guys, and you're chilling right here out of everybody's way. And you can use the pad if you need to, but if it's too heavy contested, you can just rotate into center. But playing here is somewhere I would recommend for this zone. But this is the zone before, this is third zone right here, so it's going into fourth zone. So we're going to watch this out, actually. This is important to understand. Let me just clear the screen. Again, we're reverse engineering everything they're doing. Are they going to get this free refresh that they didn't get earlier? Take the pad. Again, keying. This is the rotation path I would recommend. I actually want to see this play out. Snipe. 35, nice. I don't know if he hit that. I think his teammate hit that. Boys, below, like, this is how little I know about the competitive players. Will someone let me know down below if Tayson's a controller player or a keyboard and mouse player? I'd like to know. That's really how dumb I am, bro, when it comes to players. But when I know about the game, I know about the game, you get me? I study the game, not the players that play it. But again, I'm trying to learn and understand how people play it. And help you understand how people play it. A great reason to subscribe if you haven't yet. Again, he knows there's people above him. And he knows his teammates fighting them, so they're occupied. I love the way he's approaching this. He knows, as you see the way in the starting fights, he was super split and stuff. But now that's getting into endgame, he's been super serious with his piece control because he doesn't want to risk it. Never mind, he's going into a box he has no control over. But I suppose his whole trio is here, so there's always two sides to the coin, you get me? And I'm sure he gets that kill, yeah. Because I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Zydex or something. then going up for height. Now look at the rotation, the rotate that they have to pull right now. Let me pause while they're moving. So now you can actually see where I said to box up right here and take this pad is actually free. Earlier there was people all over here, but they used that pad to rotate early. And because these guys are playing late game and they're playing edge zone, they can rotate late right in here, land right in this box, okay, and box up here if they wanted to, because where I said was dead side earlier is now not dead side, is pretty much the opposite, and they have dead side. And the reason because of that is because everybody's trying to wrap in here because they know that this is dead side. See the way when zone pulls like this, and you can see this white line next to zone, this tends to be dead side because everyone has a longer run to go from here. See all this open space? There tends to be more people here than down here. So it's just important to understand that and take this as a note. Sometimes in low level lobbies, dead side is free, but I would nearly, just dependent, but 90% of the time, disregard dead side in very late games, in like 4th, 5th, 6th zone, because it's basically irrelevant. Because especially in FNCS and stuff like that, everyone knows what dead side is. So when everyone knows what dead side is people try and play dead side as much as possible. And then if everyone's playing dead side, it's not so dead anymore, and the normal way is dead. So that's why this becomes dead side. It's hard to understand, bro, and I'm probably not the best at explaining it, but let's just watch it out. Let's just like fully watch this out. So actually padding, they already had a pad, but in the case that you don't, they're literally landing borderline where I said, and I'm going to take high ground now. I actually did watch this. I'm going to pause right now, bro. I actually fully watched this out before in a different video. I'm going to put that video on screen right now so you can go and watch it. And it's part of my How to Improve as a Trio series, which is basically like Arabs Inside the Mine series, but stacked with a lot more information. Not this in Arab, bro, but like I said, things can always be improved. So it's full of a lot of information. It's like a modern day Inside the Mind. Loads of tips and tricks in that video. I recommend watching it. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope this video helps you rotating.